I am back from my holidays, and it was a quite a few days away, but I'm okay. Been okay. Okay, I'll tell you what, guys. If you're listening on the radio, welcome, and I hope you enjoyed those 60s music. And we got more after this. In the meantime, we've got an interview today with Nisha. Hello, Nisha. How are you?
Hello, Steve. I'm doing good. How are you?
Okay, have you got anything there that is, have you got the radio on or anything that is bringing me any feedback? Have you got your phone on there or anything?
Yes.
You're giving me some feedback there.
Can you hear me? Is it okay?
Yeah, that's better now. Yeah, thank you.
Yep.
So, Nisha, anyway, thank you very much for coming on. Tell me about yourself.
Huh. My name is Nisha Shivram, as you can see there on the screen. And I reside here in Qatar, which is far, far, far in the Middle East. And right now it's 7 p.m. here. I'm a trainer, I'm a certified speaker. I was adjudged as one of the 28 best speakers in the world by Toastmasters International. And I conduct classes, public speaking classes for a lot of students here. So I'm also a speaking coach. And I host a talk show every Friday named Talksopedia, wherein I invite people from different parts of the world to share their inspiring stories with us. And right now, season 2 is going on. So far, people from America, Australia, Africa, from every nook and corner, people have come on my show and shared their stories with us. So, and yes, I reside here with my family. I have 2 little kids, and my husband is working here in a tiles company. So that's from my side.
Great. Okay. Okay. Hello, Maxine. How are you? Nice to see you. Okay. And tell me, what makes a good speaker?
What makes a good speaker?
Yeah.
To be a good speaker, and I had read this somewhere, and I also believe that you need to be a great storyteller. You should know how to tell stories, and it's not just any story, but your own story that you can relate with other people. So when I tell you a story, people should be able to relate with my story, and that, I think, is one of the greatest qualities of a speaker.
Right. Okay. And you're a trainer. So what do you train?
I train students on how to speak and how to become a good public speaker, because I believe that when you are growing up, I did not have the opportunity to be trained. I learned it on my own. But today's generation, when these kids grow up, when they go to colleges, or for their job and career, when they pursue a career, it is very important that they have great communication skills. They should know how to convey their ideas and messages, or how to put it across in better words, so that other people understand what they are saying. So I coach them on that. I train them. I conduct a lot of classes, workshops, and seminars, and teach people how to be a better speaker.
Right. Okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to try something out. Okay. Now, so I come to you and I say, Nisha, I need you to teach me how to be a great speaker. So, how do you start?
Okay. What I normally do is, when kids come to me and saying, just like you said, that, when they tell me that, okay, I want to be a great speaker, I don't start my classes immediately. I give them some stories to read. And I first, I hope you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you. Go on, carry on.
Yeah. Yeah. So when kids come here to learn speaking, I don't start immediately. First, I give them some stories to read, and I analyze their speaking skills when they read it out. So I give them dialogues, I give them stories where there are a lot of emotions, and I understand how they are using their voice to do it. Because there are a lot of things in your voice that you need to play with. Some students will be fast speakers, they speak too fast. Some will be, too slow with low energy. So I need to first analyze their speaking skills, and then I'll have to work with them. First I have to understand where they stand and how and where can I take them.
Brilliant, really good. And with the speakers, then, and when you kind of like teach the speakers, what do you do? Do you kind of like stick them on the platform and give them assessment? What do you do?
No, I have my own course. I have designed my own course. Okay, so first I start with story writing. I don't start with speeches. I start with story writing. Okay, I first tell them how to select a topic. So, for example, if a student wants to give a speech tomorrow, he needs to first learn how to select a topic for that speech, which is, most of the students find it very difficult. Oh my god, or what am I going to talk about? Yeah, so first I teach them how to select a topic. Now once that is done, we select one topic. Okay, and I ask them to write an incident from their life on that particular topic. For example, if your topic is all about this radio joking, or let's say interviewing people, so I asked them to pick one incident that has led them to this interviewing skills. Okay. So they have to tell me a story. So first I ask them to write the story, a rough draft. And then we develop that story. There are a lot of elements in story writing. Okay. We need to first establish a conflict. Then we have to tell them a solution, and then how you transformed as an interviewer. So first, then we develop the story and we put some characters, and then we develop the characters. Then we add some dialogues or add some dialogues for those characters, and then we come to the conclusion. So that is how we first develop the story, and then slowly we convert that story into a speech. So this is
Right.
how I, yeah.
So what I'm going to say to you is this. So I've done TV, radio, and and I and I've got a book coming out in December.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm telling you my story, and I've been through mental health problems, and I've been through obesity problems and everything. That's part of my book, and relationships and everything. So I've just told you my story. How do you kind of get me to try to speak about it?
So, okay. Now, here, the first thing that I try to instill in the students, telling them that it's your story, okay? No one else knows it better than you, right? Most of the people are nervous because they think that they would fail, okay? Now, let me tell you that people are not afraid of failure, they are afraid of other people making fun of them. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
so your nervousness or your hesitation comes not because you are scared of failure, but you are scared of other people making fun of you. Now what
yeah,
I tell them, that first of all, understand that anybody in this world can become a good speaker. It doesn't require, great skills, or you don't need to have a voice like a radio presenter. No,
mm,
even if you have a very simple voice, you can be a speaker. So the very first thing that you need to put in your mind, that you can become a great speaker as long as you have got a great story to tell or share with your audience. So that is the first thing, that the speaker needs to believe in his own story. My story is unique, and if I share this story and the lessons that I learned from my own story, that will be beneficial to the, to other people. So that is one thing that I teach them, so that they overcome this inhibition of speaking. To remove that inhibition, that is the first thing that I need to teach them. Second thing is, I don't ask my students to go ahead and speak. What we normally do is we try a lot of impromptu speaking sessions, wherein, I will show them a picture and I'll ask them to speak something about that picture or an object. Okay, let us start like that. Okay, start small. And By doing this, by taking these small steps and speaking for 1.5 minute, slowly they gain the confidence to speak for, let's 5 minutes or 7 minutes. So that is how we teach. So tomorrow, if you come to me and tell me that, I want to share my story, but I'm scared, I will ask you to speak for 1 minute about your relationship. Then okay, let's move on to 2 minutes, let's move on to 3 minutes, and then that is how we gradually work on with the students.
What's the what's the success rate?
Success rate, okay, I have seen kids transforming like anything, because my course is a 6 months course. Okay, so when these students come, all these students come with a lot of nervousness, and the nervousness comes because they believe that nobody would listen to them. And I tell them that people always love to listen to stories, so don't worry about that. All you have to worry is, how am I going to present the story, because the presentation matters a lot.
Mm,
Now if you want to talk about love and I want to talk about love, see, the topics are same, but how am I going to present it and how you are going to present it, it matters a lot. So that is where we need to concentrate upon, and that is where the skill of storytelling comes into play. Okay, so success rate is huge. As of now, I have got more than 150 students who joined the course and who have transformed into a better speaker, confident speaker. I won't say they have become someone like Les Brown or Tony Robbins, no, but confident speaker. So they all have transformed into confident speakers, and I'm really happy to see that transformation. And they come back to me every time I conduct this course. All my students come back to me and I tell them, you don't need this course now, you have done that. All you need is to go somewhere, find opportunities to practice it.
yeah, yeah. Right. So let's talk about your business now. So it's a speaker business, and if someone comes to you and they want help,
Yeah.
and how do they contact you? What's your details?
Um, they can always contact me on Facebook. I have a Facebook page called Nisha Shivram Speaking and Coaching. So all my coaching course details are there. It is an as of now, when the pandemic hit, I started it online. So any student from any part of the world can join that course. So all the details are there on Facebook and on my Instagram.
Okay. And in the beginning, why do this in the beginning? Why did you want to become a speaker?
Me,
Yeah.
I love talking. That is one thing. And the next thing that, in my life, especially when I was a student, lots and lots of weird stories happened. I have a I can write a book on that. Now I need to share these stories with people, and the lessons that I learned. That is one thing, and that is why I chose speaking. Second thing is, when I was in school, I used to take part in all these speaking contests and everything, and I love speaking. That is what I love, speaking. I love going onto the stage and speak and entertain. So I think that I this is what I love. This is what I'm passionate about. So that is why I chose this. I chose to be a speaker.
Yeah. And tell us about the butterfly.
Sorry, I didn't get that.
Yeah, tell us about the butterfly.
Butterfly. Okay, that is what the butterfly is, that 6 months advanced level of public speaking. Okay, and why I call it the butterfly, because just like a butterfly, all these kids come and they are in their cocoons. Okay, I need to bring them out. So in the 6 months, I see the transformation from a caterpillar to a butterfly, and that is why this course is known as the butterfly. It is a 6 months advanced level of public speaking, where I try to transform young students into better speakers, so they come out as butterflies with beautiful wings and all.
Right, okay. And also you and where you live in India, is it speaking, is it well popular in India?
There are a lot of speakers who are popular in India. Are you talking about someone very particular?
No, no, just asking. Just asking.
Yes, there are lots and lots of speakers who are famous speakers in India, and they also, those speakers, they come to Qatar for various conferences. We bring them here, and I'm also planning to bring few of the speakers from India for my show Talksopedia. Now Qatar government has lifted all the restrictions, all the COVID restrictions, so soon we will be having events, physical events. So I'm planning to conduct a physical Talksopedia show here, and planning to bring all the great speakers from India. So yes, we do have.
Talk about the show. What kind of guests and everything that you do on your show?
Okay. Now, see, I started this show last year when the pandemic hit. Okay. So I had nothing to do. And I thought that what am I going to do sitting at home? I have no other work other than conducting classes. So that is when I saw an article in the newspaper about a man in India who has been in lockdown for last 40 years, and because he became physically disabled, so his schooling stopped, and he had to be there inside in his home for a long time, and all he had was books. So he read books, he gained knowledge, and today he conducts online classes all for free. So I thought that why not I start a show where I would invite people like him to motivate others, because it was lockdown and everybody was depressed, and everybody, most of we were hearing news about
Mm.
people committing suicides. So I thought that let me start a show where I will invite these kind of people who have done something in their life just to motivate others, and that is how I started Toxopedia. So I have invited a lot of people who have faced challenges in their lives, but they came out with flying colors. So yes, that is how Toxopedia started, and the main objective of Toxopedia is the tagline says it's the tales that transform. So it is all about transforming people, motivating them, and just giving them hope to do better in life.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Um, and what's the highest what's the highest audience you ever spoken that in front of?
Oh, I have spoken to, you know, spoken in front of people from almost, the from different parts of the world. Because here in Qatar, we have speaking clubs, which is known as Toastmasters Club. You might have heard of it, and we have members of different nationalities. And when we used to have physical events outside Qatar, I have visited all the other Middle Eastern countries like Dubai, Bahrain, Oman, Kuwait. I've been to all these countries, and I've spoken in front of more than 1,200 people from different nationalities. So, yes.
And when you kind of like, what do you like about speaking?
Uh, I like everything about speaking. I like how people share their ideas, how people share their stories, how people share their emotions, which is very, very important. We all are vulnerable, right? But only few have the courage to share that vulnerability with other people, right? So, as a speaker, I have seen speakers doing that. So, that is what I like or love about speaking, how we share stories and how we try to connect with other people through those stories and emotions. That is what I love about speaking.
And when you kind of like visiting, when you're going to different places speaking, what kind of topics do you actually cover?
I love to cover topics that are related to life. I usually don't get into all those corporate or business topics wherein you have to teach people on how to do business letters, or how to have emotional intelligence, or how to maintain customer service or something like that. But I always take topics that are very much related with life or failure, or how we can rewrite our story and become better. So these are some of my favorite topics, becoming a better version of yourself, motivating others, and rewriting the story, how to face challenges. Because in my life, I have seen a lot of failures, I have faced a lot of challenges, but I always believe that if you are persistent and you keep on doing something, working hard, you will eventually get what you want. So this is what my favorite topics are.
And when you do your shows, what kind of, I know you have people on from all backgrounds and everything. How do you choose all your guests?
Uh, yeah, this is an interesting question because I never thought about it. I actually, the entire objective of the show is to motivate and transform others. So I pick people, and I don't look at a country, I don't look at a nationality, but I just pick people whom I think have faced a series of failures or challenges, but they didn't give up. That is the criteria that I look in. I don't go for people who are highly qualified. I don't go for people who are extraordinary speakers. No, I go for people who have faced challenges in life, but they never ever gave up.
No, that's it. And best way to do it, isn't it, when people don't give up, you know? And when you're kind of like in your own life, what do you like doing in your own life where you're not speaking?
Sorry, could you please rephrase it?
Yeah, so in your own life, when you're not talking or speaking, what do you like doing in your spare time?
Ah, I love sleeping, and I have two little kids, so playing with them or watching their favorite shows on TV, because as kids they would never allow me to watch something that I like. So most of the time, I would be spending time with them, cooking for them, teaching them. So that is how I spend my time. And if they are not there at home, then I would love reading and photography. Yes, I love photography. So these are some of the things that I do if I'm not talking or if I'm not speaking.
And do you have a book?
I don't have a book, but I'm planning to write one. And not one, but I have got a lot of stories of my happened in my life. So I'll be releasing a series of books, taking stories from my own life. So yes, not I don't have a book yet, but yes, I'm planning to write one.
Okay. And when you kind of, what is your, I always ask all my guests this, right? What is your most embarrassing moment in your life?
Okay, the most embarrassing one. There are lots and lots of embarrassing moments, lots and lots of embarrassing moments. Um, and most of those embarrassing moments happened in my school life because I was a prankster, and I used to play a lot of pranks with my classmates. The embarrassing moment I remember once when I was in the high school, and I was roaming outside my class, the with four other boys, and we got suspended from the school. We used to get this yellow card, okay, where they would say that you are suspended. You can only sit in the class when you will bring your parents. Now, my father passed away when I was 8 years old, so my mother brought us up. Now, it was very difficult for me to go and tell my mom that, Mama, I got suspended. You have to come to the school to talk to the principal. But eventually, I had to tell her. So she came, and she spoke to the principal, and the principal, after hearing what my mother had to say, he took a stick. It was a huge one, and he started beating me in front of my mom, and that was very embarrassing, and all these students were standing there. And he said that your mother is trying so hard, struggling hard to bring you up, and this is what you do. You are not attending classes and you are roaming around here and there, and he started beating. So yes, that was a big, very embarrassing moment. Yeah.
Okay. What's it like living in India?
In India, life is completely different from how we are living here. I grew up in a very small town, and it's a beautiful town with a lot of mountains and greenery, trees all around, and we had ample opportunities to run around and play, which I think I'm just not able to find it here. So I feel very bad for my kids because they are not able to enjoy their childhood the way I did. Living in India is completely different because so many friends. I had so many friends there, and the neighbors were all will always be there to help you out. You don't have to worry about anything. They will be there to come and talk to you, and they will be there in your joys, in your sorrows. So life and it the celebrations, most importantly the festivals. We used to celebrate festivals like, oh my god, it was fun, which I miss here. I don't find those kind of celebrations here in this part of the world. So living in India is more of harmony and love and fun.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you, Anisha. That is really, really good. And thank you for coming on and having a chat with us today. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to be here on the show. I really enjoyed it, and hope to see you again.
We will get you back sometime. Don't you worry. Okay,
Thank
guys,
you.
that was Nisha. And don't forget to look on Facebook for her. And also, what we'll do is put a link up for her Facebook and for everything what she does. And go over and ask her about, speaking and everything. And you never know, you might be like Nisha one day, speaking in front of thousands of people. And thank you, Nisha. Bye bye for now. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye. Take care.
Bye bye.